Hello Blazers, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian. Hi guys, jUsT, welcome to a brand new video, and as you can see guys, I'm once again somewhere in Georgia up on a mountain, and that means that today is gonna be another real talk video. This is now my second try to film this video actually. Here's what happened yesterday. It took me like 4 hours to convince myself to get out of bed to come here to film this video, and I forgot my camera battery, so see you guys tomorrow. I'm a complete dumbass. Yeah guys, once again, like I told you, I'm the worst YouTuber. Anyways guys, recently I was sent a video on Reddit, posted on one of the left-wing subreddits, with the caption, "No fuckers, this one's for you." That's me. Let's check it out.
America and Western Europe are amazing, beautiful countries. Our people are dirty Asiatic whore. The reason liberalism work in Western America and Europe and not in post-Soviet Russia, because we are racially inferior. What do you mean I am self-hating? America is utopia. I see in the cartoons all the time. They have the flying car, and then wife asks for money from husband, and then she falls out of car. What do you mean that is cartoon? What is a Jetson?
So yeah guys, if you guys are confused, that was an impression of me in that video essentially. And what can I say guys, he got me. It's a very truthful portrayal. So true, I definitely shared those messages on this channel. But yes guys, the reason why I actually decided to show you this is because in today's video we're gonna be actually talking about my honest thoughts on Russia, and in general discuss the topic of criticizing Russia and sort of wanting the best for it versus hating Russia, right? Because here's the thing guys, you know, with the channel that I run and with the kind of videos I make, I get a lot of accusations from different people essentially saying that not only do I, you know, criticize the politicians and, you know, the people who basically make the lives of normal people, regular people, just like, you know, my parents, my relatives, my friends, significantly worse. No, it actually turns out that I hate the Russian people, and I think that the Russian people are somehow like inferior to like people in Western democracies and whatnot. Meanwhile, I literally have tons of videos on this channel at this point where I basically explicitly say that, in my opinion, Russian people are just the same as any other people, and I actually think that any person and any nation of people can be turned into something completely unrecognizable by propaganda and extreme censorship, etc. And it's not like this has not happened throughout history before. And somehow, right, all of this turns into me being like a person who says that Russians are
dirty Asiatic whore.
So whatever he said in that video, so true guys. I say that in every video, of course, because I hate myself. Well, you're not entirely wrong in that part, you're just wrong with the hating the Russian spots. So in this video, I just wanted to have a conversation and sort of lay out my honest take and like what I would want for the people of Russia, and essentially my feelings toward my home country that I grew up and lived for my majority of my life, right? I would just put it very simply. I want the Russian people to have a normal, peaceful, affluent life. Because I know that our country has the resources to be truly thriving and to provide our people with the level of life that is basically unreachable right now. Because here's the thing, I was born in 1998, I've been growing up in the 2000s in Russia, which was a relatively sort of free time politically, you could say. It honestly feels like since the year 2011, 2012, 2013, things just started getting worse every single year, and the people just became poorer and poorer every single year, and they continue to get poorer now. Because essentially Russia's actions have led to all these sanctions, which are destroying the ruble, making imports more expensive, there's less supply of goods, and overall, if you're a regular person just trying to live paycheck to paycheck, it's hard out there. And I don't take these numbers from out of my ass. My family members are fucking messaging me and telling me how ridiculous the prices are getting for everything, right? So, yes, you can go and watch sanctions didn't work videos on YouTube, sure. You can live in your fucking la-la land, but regular people are struggling, and that's the truth. You see, a lot of people seem to think that my sort of dislike of Russia's regime and whatnot comes from my sort of hatred of Russia and my worshipping of America and Europe.
America and Western Europe are amazing, beautiful countries.
Because I think they're like perfect societies where, you know, there's nothing bad going on. I don't think so, and I personally, for example, really don't like where America is heading, and like I already said on this channel, I'm a pretty left-wing guy, so the things happening in America right now with like abortions being banned and whatnot, it's all very concerning. There are also concerns to be in Europe, right? But let's just be honest right now, life is just marginally better for the average person in the West compared to Russia. Why is it that when I travel somewhere, I see European pensioners from Germany, Italy, Spain, whatever, right? Walking around, taking pictures, enjoying beautiful sights and everything, while at the same time pensioners in Russia are like getting absolute pennies and half the time are forced to work another job at the age of like 80. My grandma literally worked until like the age of 76, I think. And yeah, she's fucking broke. She gets maybe like 16,000 and 18,000 rubles a month as a pension, and there you go, that's it, that's your money for the month. No wonder a lot of pensioners in Russia start literally going and, you know, digging dumpsters to find metal and glass, and then they go and, you know, sell that for little pennies as well, just to make a little extra money. Why is this happening? Why do I see pensioners begging for money on the street? Why am I seeing these people that have been through so much shit already, working 9 to 5 at the age of 70 plus? Meanwhile, their Western counterparts are chilling on the beach in France or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's almost like I feel absolute injustice in the sense how our rulers have completely sort of destroyed our country's prospects and the insane opportunities we had. Because here's another way to look at this, right? Let's look back at like 1989, 1990, 1991 when the Soviet Union was collapsing. All of the Eastern Bloc countries were also getting their independence, going through a lot of changes, and a lot of these countries were very, very poor. For example, Poland, the Baltic countries, Czechoslovakia, right? All of these countries were basically in absolute chaos after communism fell, and people tried to adapt to this new capitalist world that they never knew how to live in. Now, 30 years later, look at Czech Republic and look at Poland. Look at their economy, look at how well their tourism is doing, look at how strong their passport is, right? And then look at Russia. An absolute pariah in the world, a passport that just sucks complete ass. You're treated like goddamn scum basically because of your passport, because, you know, any bank and whatnot essentially treats you like a terrorist. The ruble is crashing, most Russian banks don't work with SWIFT, people's salaries and savings are turning into nothing. Is this normal? Is this what the people wanted 30 years ago? I don't know. I really don't think so. And I think it's just so sad. Because it genuinely seems like Russia has unlimited potential. Because Russia is fucking rich. That's the thing. It is so rich. Just the amount of money that has been embezzled and has vanished into offshore accounts and, you know, villas in London throughout the last 20 years is absolutely unimaginable. And meanwhile, we have millions living in poverty, and we have millions of people living in terrible living conditions where they don't even have like a toilet inside the house, you know what I mean? They have to go to like a fucking shed, essentially, and squat to take a shit in the winter. Like, do you guys get why I'm a little fucking mad at what is happening? And yeah, my whole point here is that if Russia was to take a slightly different route at a certain point in its existence and actually try to build, you know, friendly ties with Europe and the West and whatnot, I think it would be pretty plausible that by now Russians would probably have visa-free travel in the European Union. And once again, the regular people would be just living a more safe, less stressful, more affluent life that they deserve. Because these people work fucking hard every day. And I see it. And I know these people because I fucking live there. I know that these people work their ass off and they're given shit. Now, there's another question that you guys might ask me at this point, and you guys might say, if you're so interested in the Russian people's well-being, you know, if you want things to get better, why don't you stay in Russia and, like, you know, make that happen, you know, fight for that future? Well, guys, the thing is that living in Russia is basically like your achievements, everything that you've managed to do, the money that you've managed to make, etc. Every like 4-8 years or so, it all basically turns to fucking dust and nothing. Why do I have to live in a country where I could be working on my YouTube channel for ages, building this, you know, making money, helping out my family, whatnot, creating a life for myself, and then that could be all destroyed in a second because somebody decided that something that I said crossed the line or something, right? And I need to be shut up. Or why do people have to live in a country where they work hard, they save up money for many years, and then the government decides to, you know, start playing Hearts of Iron 4, and suddenly all of your savings turn to fucking shit. They all crashed like 2 or 3 times in their value because fuck you, sucker. Joke's on you for, you know, not being prepared. It's not fun to live in a country where you know that you literally have no rights, when you know that nobody's gonna defend you, when you know that if there's a situation where they will come for you or try to fuck with you anyway, you know that they will like go like balls deep. Why is it that you have to live in a society where you owe somebody something always, you know? You feel like the most insignificant little piece of shit because you know that the government will squash you like a fucking bug or send you to the front line at any point, and they don't give a fuck about you. And the funniest part is that you can never know if they actually believe in what they say as well on TV and whatnot. It's all a fucking game. Like, the entire experience of life in Russia is just this like postmodern fucking nihilistic, aloof attitude that fucking pisses me off. I don't want to be aloof and nihilistic about my fucking human rights. I want those to be secured. So the reason why I'm not living in Russia is because I don't want to spend 15 years of my life essentially rotting there. Because I have no idea what's gonna happen. I have no idea if it's gonna get better or worse, and to be honest, I don't wanna waste precious years of my life trying to evade all of this nonsense and to live a life that's not fulfilling. And the thing is, I truly do believe that the Russian people, just like pretty much any people in the world, they just want to be left alone. They want to be able to live, make their money, raise their kids, go to church and fucking school, put food on the table, and that's it. All of this bullshit that's in our people's heads about geopolitics and NATO, you know, threatening to destroy a country and whatnot, is precisely there to explain to people why they're poor. Because people cannot be told that the reason why they're actually poor and the reason why they actually live in a life that's not fulfilling, the reason why they don't have money to travel, the reason why getting basic necessities sometimes takes months of saving up. And once again, if you tell me it's otherwise, fuck you, because like I've grown up in a pretty poor family in Russia. I know what it's like to not have shit. And I know that many people now don't have shit. And I don't come from fucking Moscow. I get it, sipping soy lattes in Moscow is fun and everything. However, that's not really what's happening in the country. So people have to be told that the reason that they're actually poor is not because, you know, they've been lied to for decades, they've been embezzled, that their wealth has been stolen from them, that their life has been stolen from them. Not only do people not hear that point of view, but they also don't want to hear it when you put it out to them, because people are very scared to admit that they've been lied to and that they have actually been bamboozled. So what they do is that they tell the people that the actual reason why you're poor is because of the West, you know, that's plotting against us. They're trying to indoctrinate and destroy our country with, you know, LGBT and whatnot. You know, they're trying to take away our resources. They're all jealous of us. And that is why you need to give away your life for the motherland. I don't know. It makes me fucking sick. And guess what? It works, because it's always works throughout human history. People who have nothing have this lack of fulfillment and happiness in their life. So that is replaced by this feeling of belonging to a bigger cause, of making the empire stronger and whatnot, right? So what I'm really trying to say is that I just want people to realize where the troubles truly come from. Because if they did, that would probably change everything. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just always very pissed at these people who basically, you know, try to pretend like everything's a-okay. Tell that to the people who get killed and raped by ex-prisoners who joined Wagner in order to get out from prison, and they were released after their service in a special military operation. And then they go back to Russia and essentially just start killing people. This is already happening. I think there's already been hundreds of cases like this. This is happening like every week now. Is that normal? Is that like acceptable to you? Are you retarded? Like, I just can't, like, I cannot understand you people. All I'm saying is, I know that the Russian people have a good heart. I know that they want to live a normal life, just like the rest of the people out there. And it's just been unbelievably sad how the lives of my people have turned out. And by my people, I mean my circle. The people I know, the relatives I know, friends I know, their parents, etc., etc. Both of my parents are over 50 years old now, and neither of them has ever been outside of Russia after the fall of the Soviet Union. They have been to like other Soviet republics during the Soviet Union. However, since the fall, they haven't been outside of Russia even once. They can't even imagine what life is like for other people in the world. And trust me guys, when you actually go to different places, it changes your perspective a lot. Being in other countries and seeing how they live, how they make things happen, has allowed me to see a lot of flaws in Russia, in just day-to-day life, things that I've never thought about before. I've never thought about how dirty and shitty my city looks, because I've never seen anything else, really. I've never thought how truly poor and uneventful the lives of the majority of the people I know that gave me life is. You know what I mean? And I know those people would like to have a different life, because I've always seen the look of jealousy on their faces when a more affluent relative would be talking about their travel to Europe. Like, I have like one person like that in my family. I would see the jealousy on their faces because I know they want to be there. And they were never given that opportunity, and it fucking annoys me. So yes, ultimately you can try to say that I'm a Russia hater, that I hate the Russian people because I think they're like unfit for democracy and whatnot, which is, by the way, complete nonsense that I've debunked. Can't really say debunked, I guess I try to make a point, but and no, I do not think that like America and Europe are perfect, and that Russia is like what did he say once again?
Dirty Asiatic whore.
That can never live like that? I don't think so at all. I think Russia is part of European culture. Russia should be a part of Europe. And the living standards in Russia should be on the same level as Europe. I don't think this is a crazy, far-fetched thing to imagine, to be quite honest. And I do find the amount of misrepresentation that this guy has to do in order to own me online in this video is that not only does he say things I would never say, but also I do find it funny that this guy is like a Westerner or something, who's like making a bad Russian accent and is like making a joke about how, you know, I'm Russian, so I'm stupid, so I don't know like what the Jetsons are or whatever. And his whole point is that I'm like a ooga booga vodka, you know, bear dancing retard. But I do find it funny that in this video he's trying to make a point that I'm like a guy who shits and calls Russian people like stupid, uneducated, and like a horde. But at the same time, he in his video literally is making fun of like the stereotypical Russian accents. And he's essentially showing me as like a dumb, stupid Russian who's like, you know, making dumb statements and doesn't know what Western culture is. Totally not stereotyping me there, by the way. Totally not trying to shit on Russians there, my guy. Great video. Great video. you're definitely not trying to impose your way of thinking onto me as a Russian. Because the whole point of the video is that, like, I'm a Russian who hates Russians and thinks Russians are shit, so I want, like, a Westerner or, like, an American to rule a country, right? But at the same time, this is a video of a guy who's not Russian telling a Russian how to feel about his country and how to feel about his people and stuff, which is, you know, amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, guys, I think I've pretty much said it all in this video. I really don't know what else to say. I just want people to have a better fucking life, and I'm tired of seeing my country's potential go down the fucking drain. And I'm tired of the rhetoric, and I'm tired of, you know, how Russia has become a danger to other countries as well. I don't know what's so crazy about these thoughts, you know, guys. I really don't know. I thought this was common sense, to be quite honest, but leave it to the tanky on the internet to tell me that any criticism of your country equates to you hating your country and hating its people. Very great point, by the way. Totally not taken from the first channel, Russia. Anyways, guys, yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it today's video, though. Hopefully I didn't sound absolutely insane and unhinged here, because, you know, I am on the mountain. My thoughts are very elevated, you know, so I'm very, very sorry. But yeah, guys, if you did find this video entertaining, if you did find any of the thoughts that I laid out in this video interesting, relatable, whatnot, then please make sure to slap the like on this video. And once again, guys, like always, if you want to support me additionally, then you can go to the link down in the description, become a YouTube member. It's basically the best way to support me. Yes. Down in the description right now, click it. And it's a monthly donation. It's like YouTube's own version of Patreon. It's pretty good. You can also do a super thanks underneath this video. If you don't donate, your balls will disappear. But anyways, guys, yeah, I guess that is going to be pretty much it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.